Good morning. This is Pastor Marvin Osborne with First Baptist Church of Birmingham, Ohio, and I hope you're well today. One of the great parables that Jesus talked about was that of the prodigal son. And I'm sure you're familiar with this passage. I want to talk about this over the next few days because I think it's applicable, either in our own life or in the life of our children or people that we know. That idea of rebellion, we're rebelling against authority. Those people are trying to protect us, who provide for us, and we believe the lie of this world, and we get what the world gets. And so we want to talk about that. It says, starting in verse 11, it says, in chapter 15 of Luke, it says, "And he said, a certain man had two sons. The younger of them said to his father, Father, give me the portion of goods that befalleth me. And he divided unto them his living. And not many days after, the younger son gathered all together, and he took his journey into a far country, and there wasted his substance with riotous living, and spent all. There arose a mighty famine in that land, and he began to be in want." This young boy believed the lies. He wanted more than what his old man could give him on that farm. He wanted what he thought was his. He wasn't willing to wait till his father had died. He wanted his inheritance now. What a picture of someone of an ungrateful son, a wicked son, a rebellious son, a son who believed the lies. I imagine he had heard the stories of that city, that old Las Vegas of their day. What goes on in Vegas stays in Vegas. Oh, everybody that goes to Vegas is a winner. Everybody comes to Vegas gets a winner. You can have women, you can have drugs, you can have alcohol. We have beautiful places for you to stay, and you're going to come out richer than what you came in there with. And that's a lie, but it's being so perpetuated in our society. Just come to Vegas. They don't build those casinos on winners. They build those casinos on losers, those who go there and lose their mortgages and lose their children's education funds and so forth. There are many people who have lost their marriages in Vegas because they thought what happened in Vegas stayed in Vegas. They believed the lies, and certainly that's what this young boy did, this young punk of a son, an ungrateful son. He wanted what was his, and he says here that he wasted his substance on riotous living. The word riotous means wild or reckless living. He spent his money like it was going to last forever. He could care less about tomorrow. He could care less about his father who he left behind, or his older brother. He could care less about them. All he cared about was himself. And I dare say we're raising a generation of young people who believe these lies. That's why we see so much nonsense going on social media. The desire to be famous, that desire to be popular, the desire to sell our souls for money or for fame or any of these things. You see these sites now where celebrities are doing promiscuous things on their website because they can make enormous amounts of money. We see where people will do outrageous things to unsuspecting people and film it and put it online because they want those likes and they want people to applaud them and so forth. People who will hurt themselves or hurt others simply because they want to be popular. They're wasting their life on riotous living, a wasteful, reckless life. And so many people who go down that line. You think about the celebrities, those rock stars, those who wrestling stars or whatever else, people who they were actors or musicians or this and that, and then they write the memoirs and somehow they they feel bad about the life they live, but boy, they glamorize it a lot to sell the books. You see an interview with them, and they'll talk about how their life has changed, but when you ask them about their promiscuous lifestyle, all of a sudden they light up, and they start telling you with a big old smile on their face of all the debauchery that they participated in, all the drugs and alcohol and near fatal instances because of their riotous living. We're selling a bill of goods to our young people that all this is will bring meaning to their life, bring excitement to their life. And if we're not careful, we can believe that as well. That saying that somehow because we didn't participate in those things that we missed out. My friends, you didn't miss out on anything. The fact is that if we live for Christ, if we live our lives according to His purposes, He's promised to give us abundant life. I've come to give you life and to give you life more abundantly. And our life is going to continue on after we stop breathing here, because we put our faith and trust in Jesus Christ. You and I need to do what we can do to combat this idea of this riotous living, this wasteful living, lives wasted on conspicuous consumption of sex, drugs, and rock and roll. You never go wrong by building your house upon the rock of Jesus Christ, building your life on Jesus Christ, and you will be rewarded. And you don't have to worry about all that other nonsense. The going to rehab. You don't have to worry about going to the abortion clinics. You don't have to worry about ending up in jail. You don't have to worry about some husband looking to put a bullet in your head because you did something to his wife. You know, all these things that go on. The riotous living that the prodigal was tempted with are what so many people are tempted with today. Let's be careful. This is Pastor Marvin Osborne saying God loves you and I love you as well. And I'll talk to you soon.